Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a terrarium in a fish tank, or an aquarium as they're called. It's just a little sort of 20 to 30 litre fish tank. It's got a nice light on the top and everything. And I've got a selection of tropical plants which I plan to put in there. We might have to separate some of them off a little bit to spread them around the terrarium a bit more. And I've got a few nice little logs and some other decorative items, some moss and stuff. So I'll take you through the whole process from start to finish of building the terrarium in a fish tank. I'll talk about the substrate that I'm using and my reasons behind everything. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Get back to you in a sec and we'll make a start.
Okay, so this is the fish tank that I was talking about. It used to have fish in it, but we've got a new one and we've emptied this one out and I've given it a good clean. So I thought this would be really ideal for a nice big terrarium. It's got the light on the top as well, so that'll be plenty of lights for the plants. So anyway, I'll show you what plants we've got as well. So I've got a nice little selection of tropical houseplants here. So I've got these ones. This is a type of palm tree, a little miniature one, and the name is on here somewhere. I can't pronounce that, but that's what that is. There's about 20 plants in that pot. And I've also got this one. So this is a type of monstera, monkey leaf, and I think it stays quite small, so that should be ideal as well. It's a really nice little plant. Will look quite nice in there, I think. And this is a little ficus cutting, which I've had going for about a month now. It's nicely rooted. And we've got this one here. There's about 3 or 4 plants in this pot. So I should be able to separate them off and dot them around the terrarium. Again, I'm not sure on the varieties. I'll try and put a notice up. But what else have we got? We've got a little fern here. Not sure the variety again. It does say on here something green fantasy. I might be able to separate some of these, but I think I'll just leave that as a little clump. And again, we've got this one here as well. It looks a bit like a little spider plant type thing. Chlorophytum ocean, whatever. Anyone's ever heard of that, let me know. So these should be ideal in our terrarium. So let's talk about what substrate I'm going to be using. So for my base layer, my drainage layer, this is a mixture of sharp sand and small stones. And I've just given this a good old wash to make sure there's no salt and stuff in there. And on the next layer, I'm going to be using a mixture of this cocoa fibre, commonly known as core. So this has got some vermiculite in it as well, or perlite. And I'm also going to mix in some bog standard multi-purpose compost, peat-free. So let's make a start. We're going to put our base layer in. This is just the drainage layer so that the water doesn't sit in the soil. So you want a good inch or 2 layer for your drainage material. So we'll just level that off nicely. And this will just stop the water from making the compost and stuff going mouldy, because the water will drain through into the bottom layer. So now I'm going to put a good thick layer of core on, of coconut husk fibre. And I'm going to try and mix in the compost with this a little bit as well. And just breaking up any lumps that I find. So now we're adding the compost. And I'm just going to mix it in gently and try not to mix it into the bottom layer. And break up any big lumps as I go along. So I want it to kind of be like a hill, so I want the back to be higher than the front, just so you can see it a bit easier. Gives you a bit more perspective. So we'll pile it up at the back, and then we'll make a start planting our plants. So this is a type of small dwarf, I would say dwarf palm tree, but it's not actually a dwarf species, it just stays small when it's kept in a pot. But I'm separating these out because there's about 20 plants in here. These have been grown from seed because I can see the seeds, seed shells in the compost still. So I want to do about 3 or 4 clumps of these. I think it looks a lot like bamboo when it's clumped together. So it should add quite a nice effect to the terrarium. So try and get 4 clumps out of this. We can move these around if we need to. I'm just putting things in. There's no plan. Just dotting things around what I think looks good. So I put the last clump here. Like I said, we can move things around later on. And this Monstera monkey leaf plant, we're going to put this in here somewhere. So I'm thinking either at the back here or down towards the front. I think I'll go with the back because it's quite a big plant. So we'll put it in the background and put the smaller ones in the foreground. That way nothing blocks out your vision from the other things. So next things we'll put in this little spider plant. I'm not sure if it is a spider plant, I'm just calling it that because it looks like one. So I'll try and put its proper name up below if I remember. I want to put this at the front somewhere because it's quite small. And then here, again we're going to put that in the front somewhere, in either the foreground or the midground. So I think we'll go with here. So this should grow nicely and spread a bit more. And the little ficus, this was grown from a cutting from our bigger ficus plant that we've got indoors. And I'll just put that in the middle over there because that will get quite a bit bigger, so it should fill up the middle area quite nicely. And I am going to move this palm, just make a little clump at the back here, so it looks like a little area of bamboo or something growing up, all clumped together. And with this one I'm going to try and separate these because there's about 4 plants in this pot. Okay, so I managed to get one off, and it's got some nice roots still. So we'll just dot these around wherever you think looks nice. And I got another one off there. So again, there's no plan, it's just wherever you think it looks nice. So I managed to get one more off, and I'm going to keep one more for any future projects. So we're just going to put 3 of these in here, and put this one at the front here. Okay, so the next thing will be some moss we're going to put in here. This is just wild moss that I've collected. This was actually collected from a car park down near the children's school. So I've collected quite a bit. It's probably not enough to do the whole of this terrarium, but we can put a few patches here and there, and hopefully it will thrive and spread. So again, just dot it around the terrarium wherever we think looks good. So I'm just trying to fill in any empty areas with the moss. Trying not to line things up or go for any sort of symmetry. Okay, so that's all the plants in, so I think that looks really nice. Like a little tropical jungle type theme going on. And I've got some bits of wood and stuff which I'm also going to try and get in here. So this is just blackthorn hardwood, which I've salvaged from hedge cutting and stuff. So it should be ideal. It won't last forever in here. Eventually it'll decompose, but it'll feed the soil. And it does have a nice decorative purpose. So it's just a case of fiddling around, trying to fit things in where you think it looks nice. Just add texture and some detail to the environment. Okay, so this is the finished product. It's taken me about an hour or two to do this. And all these plants will grow and fill in the space a bit more. I didn't want to overdo it, but I think it looks really good. I'm quite happy with this. So let me know what you think, guys. This is our tropical terrarium in a fish tank.
Okay, everyone, so thank you very much for watching. I think our terrarium turned out really nicely. I'm really happy with it. Let me know what you think, guys. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you will subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and like the video. Any questions or advice, leave a comment below. And I hope you enjoyed these sort of videos. If so, again, let me know. If not, let me know as well, and I will cut back on making this sort of video. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you on the next one.